In a room full of darkness, some members of a mysterious organization were taking an oath. First of all, a few drops of blood is dropped on a paper from every member, and then that rolled paper is flamed, and every member readed an oath while taking this flaming paper in his hands, sincere to the organization, and will obey all the orders of his boss. An attack on one member of organization should be considered as an attack on whole organization, and it must be avenged. After this, the person officially became the member of this organization. In today's video, we will see how this organization spread it throughout the world from a tiny Sicilian island of Italy. This is the beautiful island of Sicily, which is situated in Mediterranean Sea. It is not only known for its beauty, but also it supports good weather, which is good for good agriculture. Moreover, it is situated in one of the busiest trade routes of the world, the of plain lands, but also olive oil farm mountains and wineries. It is middle way by which trade took place in Asia, Europe and Africa. Keeping in view this importance, it was a controversial land for many superpowers, and in this way there took many long-lasting battles. Island. In this way, for centuries in Sicily, there was a kind of lawlessness, but millions of people living here must have to live their lives by some law, so this gap of law was fulfilled by the rich people of Sicily, and these were mostly the landlord. These families made a deal with one person to another in return for some part of the deal, and if any person took back from his words, he will be engraved. These families collectively made a mafia, and their members were called men of honor. There was a boss, and then there was an underboss which received orders from the boss. Under it, there was an advisor or a consigliere, and then under it were the capos and the caporegi, and each capo has 3 to 4 soldiers, which accomplishes the task of any crime. By the process of century, this mafia organization became so powerful that it impacted throughout life on Sicily. At that time, Don Vito was the boss of bosses of all mafia organization, and its criminal empire got challenged by a man named Benito Mussolini, who was a high-skilled man compared to mafia. Mussolini eliminated and imprisoned many families of mafia. It was close that mafia would be ended. But Second World War broke into Italy, lost a war, and Mussolini was executed by civilians. But the American army, he made a huge mistake by freeing them, considering all of them as political prisoners. After this, mafia made a new face and uprooted their positions in Italian politics. Every victorious party took a blind eye on mafia. During this, mafia made more contacts in country as well as internationally, and the mafia members who went to America after Second World War, they became more strong financially. They had their power up in New York. By the passage of time, their families became more powerful in American politics as well, and they started business of liquor, drugs, and also by agriculture, cash crops like lemon. During this Prohibition era, they also smuggled it to other parts of the country. In many cities of America, they ran casinos and made money by extortion also. Moreover, this was the time of Cold War, and all the American potential was towards Soviet Union, so in this way mafia spreaded their business easily. But by early 50s, they got a more lucrative business of morphine. From Afghanistan, morphine was taken to Sicily, and there it processed, and then the Sicilian bosses sent this to their cousins in America, where they opened pizza branches, and in pizza breads drugs were smuggled throughout America. This business proved to be very lucrative and increased the power and wealth of mafia. But as the money was increasing, a tug of war between mafia bosses was started to increase, and they became thirsty to each other's blood for the sake of money. They started to kill each other in order to down their powers and uproot themselves to heights. Conditions started to become worse, and many members of family were also downed. So a commission was formed according to which mafia families resolved all their issues, but in Sicily there was not such type of approach, so American cousins also made a commission there too. But many families of mafia considered business of drugs unethical, and they wanted to stay away from it, so for this a meeting was held in a big farmhouse in outskirts of New York. Boss of bosses Don Vito was also in this meeting, although it was a very secret meeting, but some policemen got an eye on luxurious vehicles and riches, so they started at them secretly. But during the party, one of the mob done a huge blunder by shouting police at this. All mafia members shocked and ran away. Police arrested many members but do not make a case against them. But one of the members was recognized by reporters, so they published articles on this meeting. By seeing this, mafia made their mark in politics also and supported JF Kennedy party for being the president. And in return, he took a blind eye on mafia crime. But the face of mafia in America was exposed, so under public pressure, JF Kennedy started to arrest mafia bosses like Joe Valachi and also forced them to reveal their secrets. But Kennedy was assassinated in 1963. But mafia was exposed in America. If it had to survive, then only by new rules. At that time, a new don named Galante Bonanno became the most charismatic mobster in Underwood. That he increased the drug addict population from 20,000 to 500,000 people, so falling son of mafia again comebacks with billion-dollar empire, and their business became international. But in Italy, there was a huge tug-of-war between mafia bosses to acquire more wealth and power. And this war was won by another mobster, Salvatore Totorino. He broke many rules of mafia and is also known as Beast among the mafia members. At that time, people of Sicily were afraid of talking about mafia, but two lawyer friends. One of them was J. Falco, while his other friend and classmate Borciolini became the voice of people. They make an anti-mafia squad with their legal team and started operations against mafia. They started to search for mafia wealth sources and also their illegal racket operations. They made coordinates with mafia soldiers to also help them to save their lives, or else they would be killed by mafia or police. This provided them a lot of important evidences, but mafia remained very core to this attitude and exploded every judge's car to whom this case brought. But still, people remained firm on it. And finally, in 1986, Maxwell trial was held in a fortress called Fulco, and Borciolini undertook the task of witness protection with help of police. But this case had a turning point when another mobster, Bashita, was captured by police under pressure. He revealed all secrets of mafia, by which many bosses were captured by Fulcone and Borciolini, and finally police also found Totorino and sentenced him lifetime imprisonment, and in 2007 he died in prison. Falcone and his mate became the hero of Sicily, but unfortunately during this freedom fight both were murdered by bomb blast, but still their legacy will never end. Joe Valachi was dead, Galanto was also dead, and also Totorina, but still the Sicilian mafia ended. Its answer is no, mafia never ends, but it becomes invisible by seeing public dominance, but is present in another form. Like and subscribe our channel for more videos.